When Elizabeth Warren announced that big money donors won't get special access to her campaign, it was a gamble, but not as risky a move as it would have been just a few years ago. Over the last few election cycles, small dollar donations have become a staple, especially for Democrats. And as Adam Riley tells us, that shift in the way campaign finance works can be traced in large part to an outfit based right here in Somerville's Davis Square.
Suppose you're watching a Democratic presidential debate and one of the candidates stands out.
I think Russia is our greatest geopolitical threat because they've been hacking our democracy successfully, and they've been laughing their asses off.
You go online to learn more, and right away you're asked for cash. That ups the ante, so you watch a bit more until another candidate catches your fancy.
I'm going to harness love for political purposes.
At their website, the exact same thing happens, including a nudge to make your donation recurring. Why not? It's only $10. And just like that, ActBlue has you.
Folks have used our platform to donate over $3.8 billion with an average contribution size of $35.
And, notes ActBlue Executive Director Aaron Hill, every single Democrat seeking the presidency is a client of the Somerville nonprofit. Its online fundraising tools are based on a simple premise. Giving money to a candidate should be easy and borderline instantaneous.
We see it as our role to make it as frictionless as possible.
Hence fundraising pages that load fast before would-be donors get cold feet, and express accounts that let diehards save their info and donate with the tap of a finger. The services come cheap. Clients just pay a small processing fee on each transaction, which means lots of clients and lots of data that ActBlue can analyze to make fundraising even easier. Hill says it's a virtuous cycle.
When we make things easier for folks, more people donate, and they play an outsized role in our political world. You have campaigns really bringing their campaigns directly to the people.
And also the Democratic National Committee requiring a certain number of direct contributions before candidates can debate. According to Kostas Panagopoulos, a professor of political science at Northeastern, the impact of this kind of fundraising goes even further.
Beto O'Rourke was able to raise over $45 million on the ActBlue platform in his Senate race against Ted Cruz in Texas. And much of that came from outside of the state of Texas. And that's now a possibility for candidates all over the country at all levels of office.
Which he says challenges one of our core assumptions about politics, that representation is based on geography.
What right do people out of state or out of those districts have to not only be contributing to candidates in other states and districts, but also to potentially overwhelm the voices of the voters within those very districts themselves? That is a very, very legitimate question.
And yet, Panagopoulos notes,
voters' ideology and policy views can also be represented by any number of other representatives in legislative bodies. And so if you think of representation that way, then it makes perfect sense.
And bolsters Hill's own vision of what ActBlue can be.
Campaigns, no matter how big they are ephemeral. Us being this kind of central technology means that we can keep moving this movement forward, cycle over cycle.
Adam Riley, WGBH News.
On September 30th, the last day of the most recent fundraising quarter, ActBlue set a record for individual donations on a single day with almost 500,000. And if you're wondering, there is a Republican outfit trying to follow in ActBlue's footsteps. It's called Win Red, and in the most recent fundraising quarter, it raised $30 million from about 640,000 different donors.